The best healthcare is there in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it. We may not see it, but we feel it. It lets us know we're not in this alone. Everyone deserves a healthcare partner who never quits. One who's there for what matters. United Healthcare. There for what matters.
Finally tired of doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results? Well, this show is going to help you change your life for the better. Strap on your seatbelt and navigate this roller coaster we call life with human potential expert and best-selling author Dr. Verna Price. Each week, Dr. Verna blesses you with her virtues to live your best life so you can be the best you that you can be.
Welcome back to Dr. Verna's Virtues. For those of you who are brand new, welcome. I am Dr. Verna Cornelia Price, and it's great to have you with me. For those of you who are returning, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for listening in again. And be sure to listen and then also subscribe and also tell your friends and your neighbors to do the same. So this morning I was working on my hair. So I've had Afro puff all week. And so it was time to put my hair back into my twisties because I have a speaking engagement coming up here pretty soon. So I was busy trying to get my hair done. And typically while I do my hair, I will watch like something on television. I'll watch teaching. I typically watch a teaching show of some sort. So I learn something. So I'm learning more about human potential. I'm learning about the Lord. I'm learning about stocks and investments. So I use my time, and that's the whole session just by itself, using your time wisely. So I use my time as well as I possibly can. I don't waste 1 minute in my life. So anyway, I was busy trying to get the television on, and then something happened. And so I'm going to talk about that today, about what happened. So let's go ahead and start with our affirmation, and let's do the birthright affirmation. When I was born valuable. You were born valuable. And I want you to make sure that you know that, regardless of your situation, how you were born, who you were born to, the circumstances around your birth, you had nothing to do with that. Nothing. Nothing to do with what was going on with your parents, nothing to do with where you were born in the world, your geography, nothing to do with the color of your skin, your ethnicity, nothing. Your nationality, nothing. You had nothing to do with that. You were born, and when you were born valuable. In other words, your creator saw to it that you belonged in this earth. And at a time like this, which is an amazing thing, that you were born valuable. And that's a whole lesson just by itself, that you were born, I was born important, that you have a voice in this world, that there's something for you to do and something for you to say, and that you have a voice in this world. You were born lovable. You were born to love and be loved. Absolutely. And then you were also born powerful. In other words, you were born to make things happen. You weren't just born to live. You were born to make life happen for you, not just to exist, but to actually make life happen. And so that's a whole other session right there. The question is, are you making your life happen, or are you just kind of going along the roller coaster of life and letting life happen to you? So stop letting life happen to you and make life happen. So this morning I had to make my life happen as I was doing my hair. And for those of you who know how to do this twisty thing, it takes a little while, right? Because there's a lot of them. And then you have to like sit there and work and twist away. So it takes time. So I'm sitting there. I'm downstairs in my home, and I'm trying to get the television to work. And typically this is the television that my children will use. So I'm using the clicker, I'm trying to get this thing on. Now, after I used 3 different clickers, right, I really should have just stopped, because clearly there was a disconnect. Clearly something was wrong. But oh no, what did I do? I just kept on trying. Now, mind you, I'm trying to get my hair done. So I'm not trying to waste time. I'm just trying to get this thing done so I can get my hair done, so I can move on with my day and make my life happen. So of course, the stubborn kicks in. like with some of us, right? Like you're just determined to do it. You're determined to make that connection. You're determined to make that thing happen. And so here I am just clicking away, trying another clicker. I put batteries in the clicker. The thing still won't work. And then finally it kind of worked. It came on, but then I couldn't move it around. And I kept on trying to make it work because I wanted to get to a particular thing and a particular teacher. I was looking for Miles Monroe teaching on human potential. And I was like, I'm going to listen to some more and get some more learning, do some research while I'm doing my hair. All of this. And then a light bulb just went on and said, stop. You are experiencing a disconnect. Here you are trying to make this thing work. This thing is not working. And clearly something is wrong. Clearly it needs a new clicker. Clearly the programming is off. Clearly you two are not connecting. So stop trying. Because the more I tried, the more frustrated you get. And then before you know it, you've just wasted a lot of time. And I'm looking up and I'm thinking, where did my 15 minutes go? Where did my 20 minutes go? Where did my half hour go? Because by the time I'm thinking, I'm going to go get another clicker from upstairs, I'm going to do this, I am wasting time. And then secondly, my emotional self is now getting into this. This is just a simple thing of turning on a TV. And here's my emotional self. Why? Because my sense of I can do it, I can get it done, I can make this work, it wasn't working. And a light bulb came on and I thought, isn't that exactly what happens to us sometimes in our relationships, sometimes in our projects, sometimes in our businesses? And we're trying to connect two things that's not connect. It's just not connecting. We're trying to connect to that business. It's not connecting. We're trying to connect to that person. We are not connecting. There's no signals. The signals are totally crossed. You're trying to do one thing, trying to connect to that person. That person is not reading you. That person is not connecting with you. As a matter of fact, that person's not even thinking anything about you. As a matter of fact, that person's not even interested in you. That person is busy doing whatever they're doing, and you're spending time trying to connect with someone who doesn't want to connect with you is a waste of time. And also, it's a waste of your energy. And also, when it's all said and done, the only thing that you will be left with is frustration. And you would have lost time. And the time is really what you need, because time is making everything in your life work. So how well you use your time is what kind of life you're going to have and how well you can create the life you're going to have. So I just stopped and I thought, wow, how many of us are experiencing a disconnect? That job that you're in that has never worked for you, you don't like being there. You were questioning whether or not you should be there in the beginning. The person who you report to has never liked you. You don't like them. You go home every day and you're frustrated and you're discouraged. You are experiencing a disconnect. That person you're trying to have a relationship with, right? And they never seem to want to celebrate you. They're forever trying ways to just tolerate you or just demean you or just put you down. And as a matter of fact, here's one of the keys. You will ask them, how are you? And they will never ask you how you are. Never. Why? Because there's a disconnect, right? You're trying to get a signal from them, just like that clicker on that TV. You're trying to click something in them. You're trying to make something come alive. And the truth of the matter is that there's a signal cross. They have no connection to you whatsoever. And really what you're doing is wasting your time and you're wasting your energy because there is a disconnect. That project you're working on, and you know what? And you're not good at that particular thing, whatever that project is, whether or not you are trying to do a certain kind of business or you're trying to work with a certain kind of bank or you're trying to, whatever your project might be. And the truth of the matter is that you've never really felt as though you were getting what I would call reciprocity. In other words, you give, they give. That's called a connection. And you've now felt as though that there was really a full connection, but you're full force on because of who you are. You just want to make it happen. But the truth is, it takes two to make it happen. So, and reciprocity is real. If you are the only person who's giving, and the other person who you're working with, or the other project you're working on, if you are getting nothing from that business and you've never gotten anything from that business for 10 years, maybe you're in the wrong business. Maybe that's not where you're supposed to be. And I'm not telling you what to do, but what I'm saying to you is look at the connection. Are you getting a good connection? Are you getting a good signal? In other words, is that person responding with celebration of you? Is that project responding with growth? Is that business responding with growth and prosperity? Is there reciprocity in your relationships? Is the person who you think is your best friend really your best friend, or just tolerating you? I don't know. I don't know what your connection is. But what I would say to you is, if you are experiencing a disconnect, and you'll know after you listen to this talk, you'll know, because there's some things that's going to come on in your mind. Things like, I asked them, but they never asked me. I send a note, but they never reach out to me. They know that I'm in need of something, but they've never reached back out to me. But I know when they're in need of something, and I always reach out to them. What's going on here? Right? What is going on here? And the truth of the matter is that when you're experiencing a disconnect, it's not as if the person who you're experiencing that disconnect with even is thinking about that. Because the truth of the matter is that maybe they never intended to connect with you, but you are trying to connect with them. So if you're experiencing that disconnect, you'll know that. And what I'm saying to you is just put the clicker down, put it over there somewhere, and get back to focusing on your vision, your dreams, your goals, your work. And when you get back to focusing on what you do and what you're supposed to be doing and what it is that your life is asking you to do, you will finish whatever it is that you're working on. And for me, it was just finishing my hair so I can do the podcast, right? And so I can get my speaking engagement done this evening. Just a simple thing. But boy, are you experiencing a disconnect in your life? And who are you experiencing with? Or what are you experiencing with? And if you are, I want you to, first of all, analyze it. Make sure it's truly a disconnect. And then secondly, you got to make a decision. Do I still want to continue working to make a connection? And or do I just want to make a shift and go and do something else? So what was my shift? I put the clicker down. I got my cell phone. I went to YouTube on my cell phone, and I found who I was looking for, my teacher, who happened to be Bill Winston today. And I put it on, and I watched the teacher teach me, and I got my hair done. I made a connection. What am I saying to you? Stop focusing on the disconnection, okay? And focus on making your life work. Make a new connection. All right. I hope this was helpful. It sure was helpful to me. I had my little bulb that went on today. And so I'll be thinking more about that myself and some of my own disconnections that I've got to change for myself. And hopefully you will too. I have books. If you listen to me every week, I have my products. Go to my website, powerlessonsforlife.com. Order my newest book, Power Lessons for Life. For you, your family, your friends. And of course, if you don't have my first book, The Power of People, be sure to pick that book up. It's an amazing book. You can also get it in Spanish as well. And then I have an entire 30-day program, Change Your Life in 30 Days. Go to my website, drvernaprice.com, and learn more about how you get a part of that. All right, let's finish up with the affirmation. When I was born valuable. I was born important. I was born lovable. And I was born extremely powerful, and no one and nothing can ever change that. All right. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Get caught up on previous episodes of Dr. Verna's Virtues at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
People say we're made up. Tall tales. Myths. Think what you want about us, but we can all be certain of this. Recycling is real, and it works. But what happens to your recycling once it leaves your home? Recycled glass is sorted in St. Paul. Then the clear glass is made into bottles for drinks, pickles, salad dressing, and more in Shakopee. At other facilities, plastic bottles get made into new plastic bottles. Recycling exists. Learn the real story behind recycling.
You've heard that there are updated vaccines that can protect you against COVID-19, and maybe you have wondered why your healthcare provider is recommending that you get it. Well, the new vaccine has been updated to protect you against the more recent strands of the virus. The vaccine's protection can decrease over time, so the updated vaccine can increase your protection from the previous shot you got or from a previous case of COVID-19. Not only that, but vaccines protect you against the worst outcomes of COVID-19. Making sure you have the latest vaccine will continue to cut your risk of getting sick, going to the hospital, or even dying if you get COVID-19. It may also lower your risk of having the lingering health problems associated with long COVID. If you're ready to get the vaccine or get the latest vaccine, talk to your trusted healthcare provider. They can explain the benefits of getting your shot.
It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits, so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Are you a woman known as a good listener? Do you have skills in de-escalating situations? Are you what they call a people person? Then the Minneapolis Police Department would like to meet you. Now in a rebuilding phase, the Minneapolis Police Department is recruiting more women to wear the badge. The department offers career options for women with a high school diploma or GED. There are also opportunities for women with 2- and 4-year degrees who are ready to apply their skills in new ways. Police work makes a great second career for social workers, teachers, nurses. Women in their 30s and 40s are welcome to apply. There's no age cap. You'll be paid while you train and mentored by veteran women officers invested in your success. Minneapolis also welcomes current police officers to join the state's largest department. Make a difference on the streets, working in your community, in a career with competitive salaries and generous benefits. Go to minneapolismn.gov and search police jobs to find out more.
If you live in an older home, it may contain lead-based paint on walls, woodwork, and windows. Even more bad news, lead exposure can be dangerous to young children and impact their brain development. And now, the good news. Hennepin County will fix lead hazards in your home at no cost to you.
We were worried because of the paint in the windows in the bedroom. They were peeling and chipping, and we know that when paint peels and chips, and it looks a certain way that's possibly lead. We were worried for our children more so than anything.
Eligible homes can qualify for up to $15,000 in upgrades. You may even qualify for new energy-efficient windows. Don't worry, Hennepin County has a trusted list of pre-approved contractors. You won't even have to find companies with correct licenses or certifications.
I've just done a test and it's positive. So we know that this is lead-based paint, and then we know it's a hazard because it's creating dust every time this window moves and opens. And if you look in here, that's just full of lead paint chips.
You won't have to stay with your cousin while you're getting the lead out. Hennepin County even pays for you and your family to stay in a hotel while the work is underway. The last good news is how easy it is to apply. Just go to hennepin.us/lead control to get started.
I'm really happy with the program. We can go to bed knowing that our children are safe.
That's hennepin.us/lead control. Tell your friends about it.
Are you getting older and feeling concerned about staying safely in your own home? Or maybe it's your folks you're worried about. I get it. It's not easy getting older, especially when the house is starting to show its age too. There is help available.
Individuals want to maintain and stay in their own homes for as long as they can. In Rebuilding Together Minnesota, we provide the opportunity, we provide the programs for them to do that.
Rebuilding Together Minnesota has been helping eligible older Minnesotans and those with disabilities stay safe and healthy for more than 20 years.
Our central AC unit was non-functional. We had plugged a portable unit in to the living room. What ended up happening was our electrical outlet melted, and it was getting to be 90 degrees in here. Meyer was told about Rebuilding Together Minnesota by his daughter.
She said, well, Daddy, you need to sign up. I said, do I qualify? She said, well, you're a disabled veteran. You qualify.
So we provided a new air conditioning unit for the homeowner and also new electrical service, all through this veterans program that we have.
Thanks to Tom and Rebuilding Together Minnesota, we're able to maybe go out and get a hamburger every now and then.
To find out if you qualify, go to rtmn.org. That's RTMN for Rebuilding Together Minnesota. Or if it's easier, call 651-776-4273 and tell your friends. Trust me, this is news they can use.